Charlie Munger once said the first $100,000 is a bitch. He wasn't exaggerating, he was revealing a hidden law of money that most people never understand. Right now, your life probably feels impossibly hard. You're working, saving, trying to do everything right, but the bank account barely moves. Every month feels like starting over. One car repair, one medical bill, one unexpected expense, and you're back to square one. The effort feels massive, but the progress feels microscopic. This isn't in your head. The math is actually working against you. Most financial advice tells you to just keep going, stay disciplined, be patient. But nobody explains why it feels so much harder at the beginning. Here's the brutal truth. When you have $5,000 saved and earn 7% annual returns, you make $350 in a year. That's less than $1 a day. Your money is barely working for you at all. Meanwhile, you're still carrying the full weight of your expenses entirely on your own shoulders. Your salary is doing all the heavy lifting. This is why the first 100,000 is so psychologically crushing. Your effort is everything, and compound interest is basically nothing. Every dollar you save feels like it cost you something real. A dinner out, a vacation, a nicer apartment. The sacrifice is tangible and constant, but compound interest, it's invisible, theoretical, something that exists only in spreadsheets and future projections. Your brain wasn't designed for this. It's wired for immediate feedback, not delayed gratification over decades, and everyone around you seems to be living better right now. They've got the car, the trips, the lifestyle you're delaying. You start wondering if you're the fool. Maybe the system is broken. Maybe saving is a scam designed for people who already have money. This is the danger zone. Most people quit right here, somewhere between $0 and $50,000 because it genuinely feels pointless. But here's what they don't see. Here's the secret that changes everything if you can just hold on a little longer. When you hit $100,000 at 7% returns, you're now making $7,000 a year doing absolutely nothing. That's nearly $600 a month. That's a car payment. That's groceries. That's a utility bill covered by your money, not your labor. For the first time in your life, you have a second income source. Your investments are finally pulling their weight. And this is where the magic starts. Because now that 7,000 gets reinvested, and next year you're earning returns on 107,000, the curve that was flat for years suddenly starts bending upward. You're not just saving anymore. You're compounding. At 200,000, you're making 14,000 a year passively. At 300,000, 21,000. The numbers start getting real. By the time you hit 500,000, your investments are generating $35,000 annually without you lifting a finger. This is the psychological shift. Your investments are no longer a side project, they're becoming a significant part of your financial life. You now have a partner. Your money is working alongside you, and every year it gets stronger and more capable. The same discipline that felt impossible at the beginning now feels almost easy because you're finally seeing real momentum. This is why Munger called the first 100,000 the hardest. It's not just hard, it's the only part where you're fighting physics alone. Once you cross that threshold, time becomes your friend instead of your enemy. The first 100,000 might take 7 years, but the next 100,000 takes 4. The third 100,000 takes 3 years. The fourth takes 2. You're not getting richer because you're suddenly smarter. You're getting richer because math is finally on your side. Let me show you how this plays out with real numbers. Imagine someone saving 15% of a $60,000 income starting at age 25. They save $9,000 a year. With average market returns, they hit $100,000 around age 32. 7 years of grinding, but they hit $200,000 by age 36. Same savings rate, but now it only took 4 years instead of 7. $300,000 by 39. Then $400,000 by 41. The intervals keep shrinking while their effort stays exactly the same. By 50, they're sitting on over $1 million and their investments are generating $70,000 a year, more than their original salary. The person at 25, exhausted and doubting, can't see this future. All they see is the mountain ahead and the tiny progress behind. This is the cruel irony. The hardest part comes first when you have the least experience, the least money, and the least evidence that it works. And when you see someone with 500,000 or $1 million, you don't see the 7 brutal years they spent getting to 100,000. You only see the easy part, the part where their money multiplies quickly. The foundation is invisible. So here's what actually defeats most people. It's not lack of knowledge or even lack of discipline at first, it's the timeline mismatch. They commit for 6 months, maybe a year, see minimal progress, and convince themselves it's not worth it. They bail before the compound effect kicks in. They're like someone who plants a bamboo seed, waters it for 3 years while nothing happens above ground, then quits 1 month before it breaks through and grows 90 feet. The temptation to spend becomes overwhelming because you're sacrificing real pleasure now for theoretical wealth later. The math hasn't flipped yet. Your friends are upgrading their lives and you're eating rice and beans with a 10-year-old car, wondering if you're missing out on life itself. But here's the truth they won't tell you in personal finance books. This phase is supposed to be hard. It's the initiation. It's the test. You're not just building wealth, you're building the character and habits that can sustain wealth once you have it. Because the saddest thing isn't people who never build wealth. It's people who get money through luck or inheritance and lose it because they never built the foundation. They skip the hard part, get the money, but have none of the habits or mindset to keep it. Within years, they're broke again. The grind from 0 to 100,000 isn't just about the money. It's about becoming the person who can handle the next 900,000. So if you're in the thick of it right now, somewhere between 0 and 50,000, feeling like this will never work, you're exactly where you should be. The fact that it feels hard isn't evidence that you're failing. It's evidence that you're in the hardest phase that exists. And every single person who made it to the other side felt exactly what you're feeling right now. The difference is they didn't quit. They kept showing up, they kept contributing, they kept saying no to lifestyle inflation even when it hurt. And then one day, usually around year 6 or 7, they looked up and realized the math had changed. They were still climbing, but now gravity was helping instead of fighting them. The 100,000 mark isn't the finish line. It's the starting line for a completely different game. A game where you finally have leverage. Before 100,000, you're playing checkers. After 100,000, you're playing chess. Same board, completely different possibilities. Your financial anxiety starts to decrease not because you have enough to retire, but because you finally have enough for the machine to run itself. You can take your foot off the gas slightly and still make progress. You can breathe. The urgency fades. This is the psychological shift nobody talks about. $5,000 at age 25 feels terrifying. You're one emergency away from 0. $5,000 at age 35 with 100,000 base feels like a rounding error. Your foundation is secure. So here's what I want you to remember. If you're in year 1, 2, or 3, and it feels impossible, that's correct. It is almost impossible, mathematically speaking. You're in the hardest phase that exists. You're climbing the steepest part of the mountain. The physics are genuinely working against you, but if you can just hold on, if you can make it through the first 7 years, if you can get to that 100,000 mark, everything changes. Not because you suddenly got smarter or luckier, but because you crossed the threshold where compound interest stops being theoretical and starts being real. Your friends who are living better than you right now? Check back in 10 years. The gap will have reversed. They optimized for today. You optimized for tomorrow. Both are valid choices, but they lead to completely different decades. The first 100,000 is a bitch. Charlie Munger was right. But it's a bitch with a purpose. It's separating people who want to be wealthy from people who are willing to become wealthy. And once you plant that flag at 100,000, you'll look back and realize it was never about the money. It was about becoming someone who could build something from nothing despite every reason to quit. That person is worth more than any bank balance. And that person is being built right now, in the hardest part, whether you realize it or not. Keep going.